Hello and welcome back to our Octopath Traveller playthrough. In our last episode, not a lot happened because I confused myself and we went wandering all over the shop trying to find something that I only actually found after the end of the episode when I took another look at the map. But Cressa did finish her little introduction and she's out on the journey, being her best self, or whatever it is. But yes, just at the end I was taking a look around all of the map, and I came up here and found where Albright's Chapter 2 is, in Victor's Hollow in the Woodlands, which is to the northwest, and its recommended level is level 27. So yeah, for now we'll concentrate on everything else, because even Tressa's Chapter 2, which is over here in Quarry Crest. Gee, that's a tongue twister at this time. Is level 22, so we're nowhere near there yet. So let's go meet the rest of us. And yeah, continue to give some actual story. Oh, there's a moat and a drawbridge. Look at that. And
the battle is truly joined.
Frogs with spears. Of all the things I thought I'd be saying today, frogs with spears was not one of them. Well, they're not weak to swords. How about the bow and arrow? Well, they're frogs with swords, frogs with spears are weak to bows. But not spears either. So we need a greater variety of persons who are capable of doing stuff. Oh.
Victory shall be mine.
Now I can't get Albright to go second. Oh dear.
Victory shall be mine.
Right.
My blade is unbending.
Right, just take care of this frog with the spear. Thank you.
Let's do this.
The battle is truly joined.
Oh, that's not enough to defeat him. But this might be.
I won't hold back. You got more than you bargained for.
Indeed we did. Must press X. Sorry, I just like the tin whistle too much. Entering Atlasdom, which I assume is like Amsterdam, only with slightly less legalized narcotics.
Hi ho!
It's off to a quick window. Really don't want the mouse coming down on this. The guard says this is Atlasdom, the largest city in all of the Flatlands.
Fare thee well then.
It's a city of learning where many scholars come for the purposes of study and research. Well, that's nice.
How fare thee?
The townsperson says, you see that library near the palace? It's filled with all sorts of historical books.
And thus?
Libraries aren't for me. My cows are my priority. I mean, sure. Yes, can we rest here for... We can rest here for 40 monies. That's unfortunate. Why does it cost 40 monies for a straw bed? Let's pop down here, shall we? Let's... Oh, can go in, but there's no one inside. It's the item shop. So the provisioner. Okay, we have enough healing grapes at the moment. Don't need to buy any more inspiriting plums. Got enough olives of life. Ah, herbs of light. Definitely not. If we can't see, we can't hit, so... do better with that. This girl says...
Yeah.
Girl says, I plan on studying hard and becoming a scholar. Just don't become a Tonbury. The boy says, hey, look at this. I found this huge egg just lying around. Isn't it amazing? Sure. The armourer. Do you have... Okay, we could have an arcane glaive, which would be slightly better for Albright, but much more better for Tressa. We have a light staff, which neither of them can use. A quartz rod, again, neither of them can use. The oak rod, again, neither of them can use. Sturdy shield, which would be better for Tressa. The pointy hat, slightly better. Circlet. I get the feeling that circlet might be better for a healer / black mage. Sturdy armor would be better at least. Then again, that loss of elemental defense. Anyway, nothing that we can use there. At the moment, anyway. Oh, there's persons in here. The tavern keeper says, well met, traveller, what can I do you for? Do you have any tales? Well, you've got a question mark. But we can't access it.
That's right.
The tavern patron says there's nothing better than seafood to go with a good drink. Even them brainy scholars agree with me. Really? What about you, sir?
Hello.
This tavern patron says, ho, I see you've taken an interest in me axe. You're not like most of the scrawny weaklings around here. Okay.
Hello there.
The apothecary says the royal palace is just a ways north from here. Right. To the Atlaston Palace Gate.
Hello.
The guard says, just south of here lies the castle town. It's a lively place.
Listen.
Guardsman says, a priceless book was stolen from the archives many years ago. Ever since then, they've kept this place tightly guarded.
Hello there.
The elderly woman says, this is the Royal Academy, Atlaston's pride and joy.
Sure as rain.
All are welcome to engage in the pursuit of knowledge here. Oh, well, knowledge. We can always do with knowledge, can't we? Can we sit on the bench? Oh, that's a shame. Oh well. Time to go and speak to the green bloke. Cyrus. Cyrus says, yes, I think I know now who stole that tome. Perhaps I should go have a little chat with him, just to make sure we all understand one another. His name is Cyrus, and he is a scholar. This is Atlasdam, nestled in the fertile plains of the Flatlands. It is home to the Royal Academy, where many a scholar studies night and day to bring the light of knowledge to the royal family and to all in the realm. He passes his days in the halls of the great library, devouring tomes to his heart's content. Does he like the Archon bread? All the nutrients he needs, and none of the taste. It is in that library where he learns of a grievous theft. Certain that one of his fellow scholars is the culprit, Cyrus is out alone to confront the man in his shadowy subterranean study. He will need wise allies on the path he has chosen. Well, that rules me out, but anyway. You do with what you get. Yes, we will take Cyrus along. And yes, this time we will hear the beginning of the tale. I think I should have done that last time, but...
And so it was that Atlasdam was founded some 2 centuries ago. Indeed, our fair city-state is among the longest standing on the continent of Austera. But there was another city-state with a history as long and proud as our own that came to a tragic ruin only 8 short years ago. Now, who can tell me its name? How about you, Therese?
I think it was...
Now, no need to get all flustered. There's no shame in not knowing an answer, so long as you have a desire to learn. The answer is in your textbook. Go on now, look it up.
Yes, Professor. Let's see. I believe it was Hornburg?
That is correct. Hornburg was ruled over by a royal family, said to be descended from priests of an ancient and long-forgotten religion. On the other hand, our fair Atlasdam was founded by one of the original clans that inhabited the Flatlands. Who can tell me how many clans lived in the Flatlands at the time? Your Highness?
The histories have it that 8 clans did live in the Flatlands in those days.
Correct you are, Your Highness. It was a time of great strife here in the Flatlands as the 8 clans waged a long and bitter war. Change would come when the armies of Grandport invaded these lands some 2 centuries ago. At the time, the rulers of Grandport sought to exert their influence over territories inland. Ironically, this compelled the warring tribes to put aside their differences and unite against their common foe. Oh, but look at the time. We'll pick up where we left off next time. Don't forget to read chapters 3 and 4 before our next lecture. And be prepared to answer questions on any of the material within.
Yes, Professor.
Thank you for another most stimulating lecture, Professor Albright.
Hello?
Guard says, "Ah, Professor Albright. Mercedes from the Royal Library came by with a message for you. Seems today's your lucky day. You've been granted permission to enter the Special Archives."
Splendid!
Cyrus says, "Splendid! Finally I can begin my research." Cyrus thinks to himself, the library is just outside the palace. I'd best make haste. Must be nice to be in the royal family. Get your own private tutelage. Anyway, Cyrus's equipment. The only thing he can use is staves. He can use hats and robes. So basically he's a scholar that dresses like a white mage. Where's his book?
Oh.
Therese says, "Professor," but in comes running the princess.
Professor Albright.
Princess Mary cries, "Professor Albright!" Therese is startled and ducks back into hiding. Princess Mary says, "Oh, thank heavens you're still here. I thought I'd missed you."
Your Highness.
Cyrus asks, "What can I do for you, Your Highness?"
The truth of the matter is,
Princess Mary says, "If you can spare the time, I had a question about something we learned today."
But of course!
Cyrus says, "But of course, Your Highness. It would be my pleasure to answer anything. After all, my role as your tutor is as important to me as any of my research. Unfortunately, I cannot spare much time. Is the question a quick one?"
indeed,
Princess Mary says, "Yes, Professor. Will not take long. I was just wondering about the ancient religion of Hornburg. Pray tell, what did they worship?"
Very astute of you.
Cyrus says, "A very astute question, Your Highness. However, I fear that nearly all the texts detailing the nature of the religion were burned and lost when Hornburg fell." Princess Mary says, "I see. A shame that."
The truth is...
Cyrus says, "I do, however, have a theory of mine own. I believe that the royal family of Hornburg were guardians of an ancient power. Mind you, this is not idle speculation. My theory is based on the fact that..."
Oh.
And they continue to talk, while Therese stays hiding and clearly deplores her situation. She sighs. Sometime later, Princess Mary says, "Let us continue the discussion another time. My apologies for keeping you, Professor."
With pleasure.
Cyrus says, "No need for apologies, and it would be my pleasure, Your Highness. That such questions occur to you is a sign of a sharp and curious mind."
I thank you.
Princess Mary says, "Your lectures on the history of the realm are most fascinating to me. For if I do not learn of our past, how can I hope to lead my people to a bright future?"
Indeed.
Cyrus says, "A most admirable philosophy, Your Highness. The people of this land are truly fortunate to be led by one of such wisdom and kindness. As I am truly fortunate to have the opportunity to serve in some small way." Princess Mary says, "You're far too kind, Professor Albright. I am proud to be your student."
Ah,
Cyrus says, "Oh dear, I'm running late.
good day.
Pray do not forget your assignment, Your Highness."
Farewell.
Princess Mary says, "Of course, Professor."
Ah, Therese.
Cyrus says, "Oh, hello there, Therese," as Princess Mary scuttles off.
Yes? Do you have a question for me?
Cyrus continues, "Did you have a question for me as well?" Therese backs off a little bit and says, I mean, no, good day, Professor," and runs away. Blushing, and I presume crying. Cyrus is confused by the whole thing.
Hello.
The guard says the palace gate lies just to the north. Okay. To the east you'll find the Royal Academy, where the realm's most promising thinkers receive their education.
It's me, Cyrus.
Cyrus says, "Good day, Mercedes." We're in the library. Cyrus says, "Good day, Mercedes. Cyrus Albright, here to browse the special archives." Mercedes says, "Oh, Professor Albright, you're looking quite eager today." Cyrus says, "When I heard that an original copy of The Church of the Flame, A Complete History, had been donated to our archives, I simply had to be the first to see it."
I see.
Mercedes says, "You're more on top of our collection than I am. Just sign here."
With pleasure.
Cyrus says, "With pleasure," and signs the book. Mercedes laughs to herself. Cyrus asks, "Is something amiss?"
Actually,
Mercedes says, "For someone known as the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy, when you talk about books, you're as giddy as a schoolboy." Cyrus laughs. "When you put it that way, yes. Much as a child is fascinated by a new toy, I am titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge."
I see.
Mercedes says, "Right, the expression on your face says it all." Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your quest for knowledge, Professor.
Many thanks.
Cyrus nods and says, "Many thanks, my dear. I most certainly will." And moves off into the special archive.
What have we here?
Cyrus thinks to himself, "How odd. The tome is nowhere to be found." And he keeps moving along the stacks, thinking to himself, "Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either."
An interesting dilemma.
These archives are strictly guarded and curated. Wherever could it have gone?
Professor Albright!
Mercedes says, "Professor Albright, the headmaster would see you at once." Cyrus shakes his head and says, "Of all the times to... Oh well, might I ask of you a favour?" Mercedes asks, "What might that be?"
The truth is...
Cyrus says, "The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me?"
I see.
Mercedes says, "Missing? Huh. I'll begin looking at once, Professor."
Many thanks.
Cyrus says, "Many thanks, my dear." And leaves the special archive.
Cyrus Albright, by your request, sir.
Do enter.
Headmaster Yevon. Okay.
My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
That treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives. The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
I am fully aware of the value of those tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
You are to share nothing. That wisdom is for the Academy and the Academy alone.
But that goes against everything...
Enough, Cyrus!
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears. The Headmaster sees knowledge as a medal or precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone. Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed. My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go. Wait. There was one last thing.
Sir?
I heard the special archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
Good gods. It's as if he enjoys watching me suffer. Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Enter.
Excuse me.
What's the matter?
Headmaster Yevon says, yes, what is it, Therese? Therese has not the words at this moment. Then she moves forward and says, it's about Professor Albright, sir. And we fade to black. And Cyrus is back outside. So we'd best hurry it to the library.
Can I help you?
Well, we're inside the library, and Mercedes steps forward and says, Professor Albright. Cyrus walks forward to join her.
A moment of your time.
Cyrus asks, did you have any luck finding the toe?
My apologies.
Mercedes says, I'm afraid not.
Say it is not so.
Cyrus says, well, this is most unfortunate. One might conclude that it had been stolen.
Actually,
Mercedes says, Professor, taking books out from these archives is strictly forbidden. And as you know, the keys to the vault are entrusted to only a select few. Quite honestly, it would be easier to steal the crown off the king's head. Don't give me ideas, dear.
Aho!
Cyrus says, an impregnable vault, a disappearing toe. It would seem we have quite the mystery on our hands. And the mysteries of the world are meant to be solved. Or, so the scholar in me says. Would you not agree? Mercedes says, if it had been stolen, I would say it's a job for the city guard. Or Lara Croft. Either will do. Mercedes goes on, but I can see you won't let it go until you've cracked the case, as it were.
Indeed.
Cyrus laughs. You could say that indeed. A habit I just can't seem to break. Once a puzzle is placed before me, I simply cannot rest until I've worked out a solution.
I see.
Mercedes says, well, far be it from me to stand in your way. It must be tough being a genius.
Leave it to me.
Cyrus laughs again. I'll not deny it. Worry not, the tome will be back on the shelf before you can bat an eyelash.
Take care.
Mercedes says, right, thanks. Best of luck in your search.
Time to do some research.
Cyrus steps forward and thinks to himself, the game is afoot. Indeed, Sherlock. Now go get yourself some Archon life. Cyrus leaves the library and says to himself, now where to begin my search? I suppose I should inquire with Mercedes as to where the keys to the library are stored. The guard at the front door would know who has been frequenting the library lately, as might my fellow scholars. Then mayhap I should pay the headmaster a visit as well. Path actions. Utilize each character's unique action to overcome any obstacle. Try pressing the square button in front of a townsperson. Cyrus can scrutinize and glean new knowledge from the townspeople. Okay. Okay then.
Oh,
The guardsman says, Russell just isn't cut out for that sort of work. Whatever was he... Hmm? Move along now. Cyrus says, let's see now. The guard is 41 years old. His testimony. Of course I've got a key to the archives, and no, I wasn't sleeping. I was resting my eyes is all. But even if I was sleeping, what would it matter? What kind of fool would bother stealing a worthless tome anyway? Cyrus says, most intriguing. Alright, let's head back inside. Hello, Mercedes.
Are you alright?
Mercedes asks, have you cracked the case yet, Professor Albright? Scrutinize you. Let's see now, says Cyrus. Mercedes is 21 years old. Her testimony. Only Headmaster Yevon and the guards stationed outside should have a key to the library archives. Cyrus says, most intriguing. We've gleaned new information. It's interesting how similar he looks to Setzer. Does old Cyrus? Russell says, Oh, Cyrus, I'll trust you not to interrupt my research. Very well. Cyrus says, let's see now. Russell is 30 years old. The key to the archives? Oh, I haven't got that, but I'm not surprised someone stole a tome, considering what they're worth. I've gambling debts myself, so I understand the temptation. Probably shouldn't be just admitting that, sir. We've gleaned information about Russell's situation. Now we just leave the librarian. Granny, you didn't happen to nick a key, did you? She's 65 years old. Born and raised in Atlaston, this old widow now visits this place every day in memory of her late husband. Even after she passes, she wishes to be by her husband's side, just like the relief of the king and the queen in the Academy's library. Gleaned information about a hidden item. Okay. You're not statues, are you, even though you look like it? Oh. What's this? We have obtained an inspiriting plum from this bush. There we go. This looks like it can be at least broken down if nothing else, and we might be able to get through there, but anyway. Let's go see Professor Yevon. It was Grand Maester Micah behind it all, wasn't it? That is a very intricate hairpin you have, my dear, but of course we can't talk to you. Gee, these are small classrooms. You can get 12 people in here at a maximum. Look at that. Same in here, it just looks different because it's at the side. Can't talk to you. Oh. Well, isn't this grand? Very grand. Knock, knock. I see you have a portrait of yourself, Professor Yevon. Headmaster Yevon asks, what is it this time, Cyrus? Well, let's see. Cyrus says, let's see now. Headmaster Yevon is 58 years old. His testimony is, you know full well I have a key to the special archives and that I would never be so foolish as to let it fall into the wrong hands. In any event, I have had no reason to peruse those tomes in quite some time. Cyrus says, most intriguing. I've gleaned new information about the headmaster's situation. And now we're outside. Cyrus says, that should be all the information I need to solve the case. Who possesses the key to the archives? The headmaster and the guard?
But of course!
Of course, it all makes sense now. It does. There are only 2 keys to the archives, one belonging to the headmaster and one to the guardsman. Whose key was used to unlock the archives? Well, the headmaster's had dust all over it, so it must have been the guards. Unless Grandmaster Yevon decided to just redust his key. The headmaster's key is safely locked away in his office. Furthermore, he hasn't visited the archives today. On the other hand, the guard has been acting suspiciously of late, even sleeping while on active duty.
Oh!
It would be all too easy a task to lift the key off his person. So, is it possible that the guard is our man? Cyrus shakes his head and says no, he would have no motive. The culprit must be someone who understands the true value of the tome. Which is to say, one of my colleagues. And most likely, one who has accrued a frightful gambling debt.
Which means that...
Put it all together, and our villain is... Professor Moriarty. The culprit is Russell.
Yes.
Indubitably, the shifty scholar Russell. You really need Dr. Watson with you, Cyrus. Just saying. Cyrus continues, yes, I dare say my logic is foolproof.
Shall we begin?
Now all that remains is to find our man and make him confess to the crime. Cyrus thinks to himself, word has it, he's been doing his research underground these days. Well, it's open now, I guess.
Now then.
Cyrus continues thinking to himself, I think it's time I did some field work of mine own. And Cyrus says, and so I have taken it upon myself to investigate this suspicious scholar. Interested in coming along, are you? It seems you have quite the curious streak yourself. But of course, mysteries exist only to be solved. After all, it is of utmost importance to remember that. Ah, but there I go again. Don't let me talk your ear off, but I will be glad for your help. Let's get right to business then. No doubt we'll find Russell in his laboratory down below. Cyrus has joined the party, yes, and so yes, I definitely should have done Tressa's story. Back there in her hometown. No going back now, did not know. So nothing we can do about it. But we do have enough of an idea of her story. Anyway, we got a healing grape from that chest. What is your equipment so far? Oh. Nothing overly flash. I think we need to go out and remedy that, actually. We will be right back. Just excuse us for a moment. We need to go here. So we have 4,400. Going to grab Cyrus this linen robe. Okay, I will get the circlet for Cyrus as well. And what's rod? There, he's got a round shield. No accessories yet, but that is fine. Right. Under we go. We got a herb of clamour from this chest.
Ready or not?
A skeleton and a bat.
My turn now.
Okay, so the bat is vulnerable to the bow, and the skeleton is vulnerable to wind. So we can use trade winds on the skeleton.
Have at you.
Nice try.
What next?
Now the scholar can use ice and fire. Okay, so the skeleton's also
Let's
vulnerable
do
to
this.
rods,
The battle is
as you do.
What is the logical course of action?
Right.
Oh, flames, rage strong. Now then,
What about the lance? Oh, you are vulnerable to the lance as well. There we go.
I won't hold back. Time to close up shop.
Cyrus is now level 2, and pretty much halfway to level 3. Okay, so there must be a way to get there that isn't obvious from that way.
Can't we settle this like gentlemen?
What to
Oh,
do?
the bat is vulnerable to ice, and I assume the skeleton is vulnerable to light.
The battle is truly joined. Out of my way!
Now, what next?
Let's use ice wind, shall we?
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
No!
Definitely different to Blizzard.
Now.
No then! My blade is unbending! With each battle, I grow stronger.
So Cyrus, at this rate, he's now level 3. Okay, so that's up to there. Is there a way? It looks like there's a way through here.
Time to teach
Oh.
you a lesson.
Lanterns with blades. Fire Sentinel. That would indicate ice, perhaps?
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
Yeah, they are indeed vulnerable to ice. Look at that.
Victory shall be mine!
And they're also vulnerable
What to do?
to swords. Not to bows, however.
Victory shall be mine!
Here I go.
An interesting dilemma.
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
Let's do this.
Now, what next?
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
Now then! My blade is unbending! Out of my way! The thrill of the fight!
And the entire party levels up. Brick to level 12, Tress to level 10, and Cyrus to level 4. Now I think that Cyrus should be able to learn a skill. Yes. Right. Alright, so clans deal damage to all foes once, then twice. I'm going to take Lightning Bolt to complete his trifecta of elements, and then next level up will be Analyze. Well, next AP level up, I mean, will be Analyze.
I've done my research on you.
What to do? Nice try.
Have at you.
Now, what next?
Have at you.
It's my turn now. Yeah! It's my turn now. Yeah!
Victory shall be out of my way.
No, we did not.
Not bad. A passing grade.
Level 5 for Cyrus. Herb of Light. Can we jump down to it? No.
Let us fight with honor.
Oh, axes,
What to do?
I presume.
The battle is truly joined.
An interesting dilemma.
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
Let's do this.
The battle is truly joined.
What is the logical course of action?
Victory shall be mine.
What to do? You got more than you bargained for.
Okay, up closer it does look like a book, just sort of. An old coin. Traveling Peddler says if you need anything, just say the word. I mean, I think we're right for now. Yeah, we're right for now.
Let us fight with honor. Have at you.
It's my turn now.
What is the logical course of action?
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
Definitely it looks like a book while he's casting.
Have at you.
Here I go.
An interesting dilemma.
Now then! Ha! With each battle, I grow stronger.
Ah. Uh-huh. There is a way through. Oh, is that
What
a
is the logical course
dagger?
of action?
The logical course of action is Icewind.
The battle is truly joined.
My turn now! Here I go!
The battle is truly joined.
Now, what next?
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
Interesting, we haven't... Oh,
My turn now!
Cyrus is asleep.
Victory shall be mine. Now then. The thrill of the fight.
Cyrus is now level 6. Curious bloom. We got some wind attire. Yeah, I think I prefer the elemental attack, to be honest. Maybe it might be better on Tressa. Yeah, let's use the wind attire on Tressa for the moment. Probably better suited to a thief. Treasure hunter.
This is a good day for battle.
But if we do happen to find ourselves a thief, treasure hunter, it'll go to he, she, or them.
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
Here I go!
Victory shall be mine.
What to do?
Now, what next?
Just reminded of, you know, level 1 Garnet running forward and donking with her rod for 9 damage.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Very nice. Inspiriting plum. Right, from that treasure chest.
It's a good day for battle. Victory shall be mine.
What to do?
An interesting dilemma.
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
Have at you! Out of my way!
What is the logical course of action?
He's asleep again.
Have at you!
Here I go!
The battle is truly joined. The thrill of the fight.
So close, Tressa. So close. Right, so instead of going straight back to his laboratoire,
Here I come!
Now then.
My turn now!
Now, what next?
Oh, ice, pierce them through.
Have at you.
What to do?
What is the logical course of action?
it's not to use an AoE spell on one target.
Here I go!
Now, what next? You should have studied harder.
Tressa is now level 11. And we got a light soul stone.
Open for business.
And Skellington is back. But we were caught by surprise.
What to do?
Now then. Out of my way!
Now, what next?
Okay, no, that isn't lightning. Because the icons don't match for a start. But I thought the colour might be a little bit similar, but it's not. So, we'll donk you over the head.
Here I go!
Now then.
And donk you over the head again.
Let's do this!
Give you a trade wounds.
Victory shall be mine.
And finish it like that.
I grow stronger.
And Cyrus is now level 7. And just like that, he also has enough to learn Analyze. Evasive maneuvers. In learning this skill, you unlocked a new support skill. Evasive maneuvers reduces the rate of random encounters. Equipping the skill with multiple characters will have no added effect. Don't really want that at this stage. We need all the money and experience we can get, so we'll leave that off for now. But we got Analyze, which Libra is a very good, very handy spell to have.
What?
Russell cries. Professor Albright? Are you always in the habit of barging into your peers' offices while they are working?
Excuse me.
Cyrus says, my apologies. I would have knocked, but I didn't see a door.
A moment of your time.
Apropos of nothing, mayhap you've heard that a certain tome was stolen from the archives. Russell steps back and says, I haven't the faintest clue what you're talking about.
Come now.
Cyrus says, come now, Russell. Playing dumb is just going to drag this out for the both of us. So let's cut straight to the heart of the matter. You're a thief, and I can prove it.
Pah!
Russell cries, what? The hell's you can?
The truth is...
Cyrus says, unfortunately for you, at precisely the moment you're trying to sneak back with the key, your friend the guardsman was just waking from his little slumber. Russell says, but that's impossible. He was asleep, I'm positively... Ah!
Oh!
Cyrus asks, keeping up on our friend's somnolence, were we, old chum? Russell cries, it was a slip of the tongue. I tell you, I know nothing about this goddamn book.
Is that so?
Cyrus says, I figured you'd say as much. Then perhaps you'd care to accompany me to the academy, to prove your innocence, of course. Russell panics. And then Russell cries, damn it all to hell. It was the perfect plan. If not for your bloody meddling, I could have had it all.
This one will
So
listen to
we fight
reason.
Russell and his
Battle is truly joy.
and his friends. Let's try a level slash.
Out of my way!
Let's
Alright.
do this!
So you're weak to swords. We'll use Trade Tempest to see if everyone's might be weak against wind as well as lightning. Oh, our friend is weak to wind. Light belt.
Smite them down! Victory shall be mine!
You know, for water elementals, you're casting a lot of ice. Ow.
Now then!
Okay, so they're vulnerable to... Ow! Ow, ow, ow.
What to do?
Vulnerable to the lance. But he's not.
Victory shall be mine! My blade is unbending! Out of my way!
Very nice. And he covered it too, look at that. Right, use the healing grape, please, Tressa. We're gonna have to heal Cyrus this time.
Have at you.
What to do?
I'm gonna get you to use a healing grape on Cyrus.
An interesting dilemma.
All light, smite them down.
Ow. Ow. Albright is down.
Here I go!
We get to use, or we have to use our olive and olive of life.
Now, what next?
Here I go!
Can only use one per battle. That likely would have been handier to know earlier, but
Now, what next?
All light, smite them down.
Have at you.
okay, that's one gone.
What to do?
You can use the healing grape on Cyrus, please. Just in time.
Victory shall be mine. Out of my way.
Now, what next?
Let's do this!
Okay, Dressar.
I won't hold back!
The battle is truly joined. My blade is unbending!
An interesting dilemma.
It's my turn now!
Going to get you to use a healing grape on Albright. Yes, please.
Have at you.
An interesting dilemma. What is the logical course of action?
It's my turn now!
Trade wind on you, please.
Victory shall be mine.
Okay, and we're going to use cross strike. Finally see what that does.
Watch my blade dance.
Oh, it literally does a cross.
Let's do this!
But that isn't meant to sound as uninspired.
Victory shall be mine.
I think I was just expecting it to do something like one of Cloud's limit breaks.
Let's
Don't know
do
why.
this.
Do not know why. Healing grape on Cyrus.
What is the logical course of action?
My focus is unparalleled.
If you say so.
Victory
Just,
shall
yeah,
be mine.
hack away at that, please.
Victory
Yeah, you
shall
threw a
be
book
mine.
at me?
Here I go!
Now then. My blade is unbending.
What to do?
I'll save that for getting the shield off you again.
Now, what next?
Is that... I don't know what that is. It's obviously not sleeping, because we've seen sleeping before. It's either blindness or silence. I'm going to guess silence.
How about this?
And I guessed correctly.
It's my turn now. Nice
Victory shall be mine. Out of my way!
It's my turn now.
What is the logical course of action?
Now the true lesson begins.
Oh, we broke him. We broke him.
Battle is truly joined.
Let's use another cross stroke. Actually, let's use an abide.
It's my turn now. Let's do this.
Yeah, we know that the X is silence.
Let me
Onto
help.
you.
Now then,
An interesting dilemma.
My focus is unparalleled.
the battle is truly joined.
First one will shatter it, and the rest will attack. A lovely healing grape for you, Dresser.
Here I go. I won't hold back.
The battle is truly joined.
Oh, no, that's pointless because
Interesting dilemma.
he's not vulnerable to. Oh,
Not bad. A passing grade.
see, sometimes the donk works. Oh dear. Ross gets to the far plane and they say, what did you die of? And he says, I got donked by a bloke with a rod. Oh dear. We got some refreshing jam and a nice soul stone. Well done us. Russell says, after falling to his knees, I swear I never meant to. I just needed the money.
Just so.
Cyrus says that tome would fetch a small fortune. This is true. And yet, did you not for a moment consider the consequences?
Say it is not so.
In stealing that tome, you would steal from our students something more valuable than all the realm's riches. A grave crime, no matter who would perpetrate it, but all the more unforgivable when committed by one who calls himself a scholar.
Thank you.
Mercedes says, well, I'll be. You actually did crack the case of the stolen book.
Indeed.
Cyrus replied, this is back in the library of Atlas Dam. Cyrus says, that I did, and yet I fear this may not be the only volume our friend has purloined. Mercedes says, Russell has already confessed to the full extent of his crimes and revealed the names of his business associates. We need only track down the books and purchase them back. I'll speak to the guards and see that we redouble security of the archives. Cyrus asks, what's this? It says there's another book still missing. Did that scoundrel of a scholar steal this one as well?
Actually...
Mercedes says, from the far reaches of hell. No, I can assure you that he did not. It doesn't have Ifrit in it, does it? Anyway, Mercedes says it's been missing for some 15 years now. Russell's aggressive borrowing only extends some 2 years back.
I see.
Cyrus says, I see. So this volume was lost or stolen long before that.
Yes.
Mercedes nods. Right as always, Professor. Cyrus says, pray, tell me more about From the Far Reaches of Hell. Mercedes says, according to our records, it would seem to be a compendium of ancient rites and long-lost magics.
Actually...
If I am not mistaken, it was the single oldest volume housed within our archives. Needless to say, it was a tremendous loss.
Most intriguing.
Cyrus says, oh, yet another mystery it would seem. The headmaster's assistant enters and says, Professor Albright, the headmaster would speak with you at once.
Is autumn miss?
Cyrus asks, again, what could it be this time? Mercedes says, perhaps he has plans to commend you for your role in apprehending the library thief. Cyrus says, I have no interest in accolades, but if he insists... Well, let's pop next door, shall we? And back into the academy we go. No, we should be fine. I say that, and yeah, no. Not risking that. Not risking that in the slightest. Just excuse me, we need to go find an inn momentarily. You'd think we could sleep in his Nibs's quarters, considering he's a thingamy. A master of the college, or whatever they call those in America. Is there really not? No, there is an inn. I just walked past it. That's typical me. Ooh, a room will cost us nothing. So, yep, we'll take that. No better price than nothing. Well, unless they pay us, which I'm not averse to. If you'd like to pay us, that would be appreciated. I'm not going to say no, don't. Right. Now, back into the Royal Academy. And up to see Professor Yevon.
I've brought Professor Albright, as asked, sir.
Good. Enter. Thank you, Lucia.
Yes, Headmaster. What can I do for you? Something tells me he's not about to offer a commendation.
Professor Albright, a most troubling report has reached my ears.
A report, sir?
An anonymous source claims that you have abused your prestigious position to enter into an illicit relationship with Her Highness the Princess.
Oh. And you believed this report, sir?
If it is untrue, then say so.
Why, it is unfounded, unsubstantiated, balderdash of the highest order.
I would like to take your words at face value, Professor, but I fear the situation is not so simple. A rumor regarding the royal family, even an unsubstantiated one such as this, is sure to spread quickly. If we do not take swift action, Princess Mary's good name could be forever sullied. That is something that simply cannot be allowed to happen. Surely you understand.
And so what do you intend to do with me, sir?
It is not an easy decision to make. Dismissing you outright would be tantamount to an admission of guilt.
If I may be so bold, Headmaster, what about a sabbatical? Professor Albright is put on extended leave, while official accounts state that he's doing fieldwork in a distant land.
What say you, Cyrus? This way, both the Academy's reputation and your own will remain intact.
My reputation?
Do we have a problem, Professor?
Not at all, Headmaster. On the contrary, this might prove the perfect opportunity.
Opportunity? For what?
As a matter of fact, there is a matter which has piqued my interest of late. I was just wondering when I might find the time to do a bit of research in the field. I think I will set forth on a journey. in search of an ancient tome that disappeared 15 years ago. Besides, if I am not permitted to share what I have learned with my peers and the public, there is little point in continuing my research here.
Is that so? Do tell, Professor. What is it that you intend to investigate?
As regards a certain tome. Now, if you will forgive me, I must begin packing for my journey. Good day to you, Headmaster.
An enigma as ever, that one.
Professor!
Oh, Therese, what is it?
I heard that you were leaving the academy.
Then you heard true.
Professor, I'm so sorry.
I see. So you were the source of the rumor.
You knew?
Not until just this moment, when you apologized. And yet, I cannot fathom your motive. Why would you tell such a terrible lie?
You're always helping Her Highness, answering her every question. I just wanted you to pay more attention to me.
And that's why you went to the headmaster.
Yes, but I just wanted to get you in a little trouble. I didn't think they would. I am so sorry, Professor. Can you ever forgive me?
Worry not, my dear. It just so happens that I was looking for a good excuse to go on a journey.
You were?
For some time now, I've wanted to travel the realm and see what can be learned beyond these halls. I dare say the timing couldn't have been better. You see, there's a certain matter I simply can't wait to investigate. So fret not, my girl. If anything, you've done me a favor. Besides, I am not entirely without fault in the matter. Indeed, I have not been as attentive to you as I should. Had I realized your true intention sooner, I would not be in this position.
Professor, whatever do you...
If only I had realized how devoted you were to your studies, my dear girl.
My studies?
I have always striven to treat all my students equally. And yet, Her Highness is always eager to ask questions, and I was all too eager to answer them. In doing so, I may have given the impression that I favored her above you and the others. This was not my intention, but I am at fault all the same. Yes, if only I had seen you for the ardent and devoted young scholar that you are.
Professor... Perhaps you're not quite as sharp as I thought you were.
Yes?
Never mind.
In that case, I should be off. Pray do not shirk your studies, my girl.
Yes, Professor. Will I ever see you again?
I do not see why not, provided we both still live.
Something to consider. But anyway, that will be the end of this episode. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you for our further travels in the next episode.